Hi everybody, it's James here from the Anvil. Hope everybody is doing really well. So with the transfer window obviously coming around the corner, and it actually opens in around, 3 weeks or so from the now at the time of recording, it means that West Ham's starting to put together some transfer targets. That is what ex-West Ham United employee has said on social media and on his Patreon account of the West Ham Way. Two names that have come up are two championship-based players who West Ham have had ties to in the past. Those two players are Derby midfielder Jason Knight and Nottingham Forest defender Joe Worrall. Now, although they do play for rivaling teams, they are two of their respective teams' best players. I have to say that right now. They're both very young as well, and that's something else that needs to be taken into account, is the fact that Moyes wants younger players and players that can be developed for many years to come. I think that's what he is going to get in the first player I'm going to talk about, which is Jason Knight. Knight is a 20-year-old Republic of Ireland international who has been at Derby County since 2017 and has been a professional player for Derby since 2019. He's in a fine form right now, and he's one of the most highly rated youngsters in the Championship anyway. He's got 10 goals in 88 appearances for Derby. He's a centre midfielder, and he is, from what I can see, he is quite an intelligent player. He's not exactly pacey. He doesn't have the glitz and the glam that maybe players such as Jarrod Bowen display for us, but Knight is a very bright footballer. He's got a good footballing IQ for his 20-year-old self. He's got good passing, good vision for a midfielder, and he's somebody who is quite tricky as well. And that's why Derby fans love him, because he also creates chances. This season he's got 2 goals in 14 appearances, but in his first season as a professional he got 6 goals in 31 games, which isn't really too bad at all. And he's even had a chance to be a leader. In January earlier this year, Wayne Rooney, Derby's current manager, handed Knight the captain's armband for a game, which is also showing trust. It's also giving Knight an opportunity to show leadership qualities. One thing that could work to West Ham's advantage in this is the fact that Derby is under a lot of financial problems right now. It's going through financial difficulties. Even though Wayne Rooney's done a really good job as their manager, and he's doing a great job leading the team despite the difficult circumstances, Derby might have to get some players off its books. Jason Knight is someone who they don't want to lose, but they might be subjected to doing so if the right money comes in and if that money is needed to help the club to try and keep its head above water. But Knight is one of the most highly rated young players in the Championship. He's really highly rated for his own country, and he is someone who has been tipped to move to West Ham before. I do see why people want Jason Knight. I think he'd be a good addition to West Ham, although he wouldn't get right into the first team, in my opinion. He'd have to be developed a little bit. But if he's nearly made 100 appearances by the time he's, 20, 21 years old, then that's quite something. And that's something that should not be looked over, in my opinion, is the fact that he's already a regular for his own team at the age of 20 years old, and he's close to making 100 appearances in time for his 21st birthday. Also, Joe Worrall is who I'm going to talk about. I went on Turton Talks Football with Luke on there. If you haven't seen his channel, check it out. He's a decent guy. He's very passionate about the sport. He's a Nottingham Forest fan, and he asked me last time I went on, what's the situation with West Ham and Joe Worrall? Because West Ham was in for Worrall, apparently, in the summer. At the time of me recording the video, it seemed dead in the water. But Joe Worrall is someone as well who has always been grabbing attention from other teams. He signed with Nottingham Forest when he was 14 years old, but could have gone to either Derby County or Leicester, so he had difficult decisions to make there. He's been a professional with Forest since 2016 and has made nearly 150 appearances for the team. He's also represented England at under 21 level. He's had a loan spell at Rangers under Steven Gerrard. And I think that Worrall started to really grow under Gerrard. Not only did Worrall make 22 league appearances for Rangers, but he got to work with a manager who was considered one of the best midfielders of his generation and one of the greatest in Premier League history. He got to learn from a young manager as well and a young coach, someone who was obviously up to speed with the game and someone who Worrall could really learn off of very quickly in a very liberal way. Worrall came back to Nottingham Forest a changed player. He came back a first-team starter. He came back a popular player amongst the fans. Worrall doesn't need to prove anymore. One of the most consistent centre-backs in the Championship, and he's one of the biggest threats in the Championship. He's a strong tackler of the ball. He's very good in the air. He's very focused on getting the ball back, and he likes to be very clever tactically, I think is what I'm trying to say. He's got the awareness, like I say. He knows what to do with the ball when it either comes into the box, whether it be from a corner, clearing it, or heading it towards a goal. It's just, though, thinking of making his next move and then doing it is what Worrall's good at. He's good at predicting the game and reading the game. So in a set-piece situation where West Ham's notoriously known for this so far, as set pieces, he would know where to basically be in the box, whether it be to head it at the goal or to clear it away. Clearing it away is his basic duty in that sense. He's not really shining at that because he doesn't primarily do that when he's on the game. When he's in the game, he's on the back line, targeting the last men a lot. So that's when he starts to apply the pressure. He doesn't really all centre-back, applies the pressure, reads the game, reads the player, uses his vision to execute the next move, and is getting the rewards for it. Because of how important he is in the team, and how looked up to he is, he's been captaining Forest, and he's also been given a captain role for the England team when he was a lot younger. He's had a lot of experience on the international stage at a young age, and that's helped him to mature as a player. If he can do it internationally, and then he can show that he can do it as well in the league. And he has, and we do say, actually, doing it internationally is nothing if you can't do it in the league. He can do it in the league. He does it in the Championship, and in my opinion, the Championship is a really tough and competitive league. It really, really is. And, to get out of that is hard. And he's been through some tough times with Forest because they've been in a relegation battle before. They've struggled this season, I know. Worrall has stuck through the club through thick and thin, and it's made him maturer. It's made him, more mature, sorry. Mature is not a word. It's made him more able to cope with pressure. And I think what we're going to see in Joe Worrall over the next few years is a very well-established centre-back. Premier League's knocking on the door for him, and he's going to answer it. Clubs in the Championship have wanted him. Now Premier League clubs are starting to notice him. Moyes likes these lower league players, so Jason Knight and Joe Worrall are two to consider. Those two should be a focus, and I would actually encourage them to sign for West Ham because I think they'd be good additions. You've got a midfielder who's intelligent. You've got a defender who's intelligent. They've both got good high cues of the game. They're young, they're open-minded, and they're very quick to learn. So I want to see what happens with these two and see if they actually end up signing, because Moyes loves Championship players, so why not? Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like the video, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe for more content. Take care, everybody, and I will see you all soon.